Okay, imagine this. Your doctor walks into the room and says, "So, an AI has analyzed your case and it's recommending a specific course of action. What's your first gut reaction? Do you trust it?" I mean, this isn't some scene out of a sci-fi movie anymore. This is actually happening right now. Artificial intelligence is moving into healthcare and fast, and it's forcing all of us to face this massive question. How do we decide when, and really how much, to trust an algorithm with our health?
So let's dive right into what we're calling the AI doctor dilemma. Because at the very heart of this AI revolution, there's this fundamental conflict. On the one hand, you have all this incredible promise, but on the other, you've got some really serious risks.
And you can really see the two sides of the coin here. The promise? Well, AI could seriously boost efficiency and accuracy. It could potentially slash the rates of human error in medicine, which are alarmingly high, by the way, and get rid of all those tedious, laborious tasks that burn out our doctors. But then there's the peril. It could dehumanize the doctor-patient relationship, operate as this mysterious black box we can't explain, and, as researchers are warning, it could even compromise patient safety and dignity while ramping up surveillance.
Now, what's really interesting is how the industry has tried to solve this whole dilemma. They've landed on one word: trust. But what if that word, that very idea, is actually part of the problem?
The big solution that's being pushed everywhere is this idea of trustworthy AI, or TAI. The thinking behind it is pretty straightforward, right? If we can just build AI systems that people feel they can trust, then poof, all these challenges will be overcome and we can unlock all that amazing potential. But here's the catch. As one researcher, Kai Reinhardt, points out, the word trust has become so broad that it's almost meaningless. He says it's been transformed into an umbrella term for all things in general considered good. And that kind of vagueness, well, it doesn't really help us navigate the tricky specifics, does it? And that leads us to a fascinating, maybe even a little uncomfortable question. We're so focused on building trust. But what if the real danger isn't that we don't have enough trust, but that we might have too much of it? This brings us to a really important concept: overtrust. This is what happens when our faith in an AI system becomes excessive, inappropriate, or even just blind. And crucially, the research shows that simply maximizing trust doesn't automatically lead to better decisions when you've got a human and an AI working together. So here's the big insight. Maybe the goal isn't just more trust. Maybe what we really need are, as the researchers put it, institutionalized forms of distrust. Now, I know that sounds pretty intense, but think of it more like a healthy, built-in skepticism. It's about creating a system that forces us to question the AI's output, to kick the tires, so we don't just blindly follow a recommendation that could have catastrophic consequences. Okay, so if just shouting "trust the AI" isn't the answer, then what is? Well, we need a smarter way to approach this. We need a practical framework to really break down what's going on in these incredibly high-stakes situations. And this is where we see a really powerful shift in perspective. Instead of asking that simple yes or no question, "Do I trust it?" we should be asking a much more useful one. What specific factors are shaping my trust in this particular situation? And to help answer that very question, the researchers identified 7 key factors that shape our trust in medical AI. So let's get into them, the 7 trust factors. This framework is built on these 7 key ideas, and together they give us a kind of toolkit for dissecting any interaction between a human and an AI in medicine. Okay, let's just run through them. First up, the function of the AI. I mean, what is it actually doing? Is it just scheduling appointments, or is it making a life or death diagnosis? Big difference. Second, the type of output. Is the result it gives you clear and explainable, or is it a total black box? Number 3 is the type of pathology. Are we talking about the common cold or stage 4 cancer? Then you've got the type of treatment. Is the AI suggesting you change your diet or that you need major surgery? Fifth is the professional's disposition. Is your medical team totally on board with the AI, or are they really skeptical? Number 6, the presentation of the AI. Is it just data on a screen, a friendly chatbot, or, a physical robot in the room? And finally, number 7, the context. Is this AI being used in a highly regulated hospital, or is it part of some app you just downloaded to your phone? Now, I know this might all seem a little academic, but stick with me, because this framework is actually incredibly practical. It gives us a real way to analyze real-world dilemmas. So let's make this concrete. The paper we're pulling from uses a case study about a patient named Lisa to show exactly how this all works in practice. So here's the situation. Lise has been diagnosed with a severe heart condition. A really advanced AI system analyzes all her data, her genetics, her medical history, her symptoms, the whole shebang. The AI concludes that a major invasive surgical procedure is her best option. But, and this is a really big but, her human healthcare team, her doctors, they're showing reservations. They're skeptical of what the AI is recommending. So, what do you do? Now, if we use our framework, we can immediately see exactly where the trust issues are all clustered. The pathology is severe. It's literally life-threatening. The recommended treatment is highly invasive. We're talking major surgery. And maybe most importantly, the human professionals are skeptical. You see how these three factors come together to create this perfect storm of uncertainty? It makes the decision incredibly difficult. And this is the whole point. This is the key takeaway. This framework lets us break down a complex, emotionally charged situation into its specific parts. So instead of just saying, I don't trust the AI, we can now pinpoint the exact issues. We can say, my trust is being challenged by how serious this condition is, by how invasive the treatment is, and by the fact that the human experts aren't convinced. Now that is a much more useful and productive conversation to have. And that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. As these AI systems get smarter and more woven into our daily lives, look at that list of 7 factors again. Which of those is going to matter the most to you? Is it going to be how serious the condition is, the opinion of your doctor, or is something else entirely? Because your answer to that question is going to help shape the future of medicine.